Hey guys, how do you set up a Moleskine notebook? We're going to talk about that in this video. I've been using Moleskine notebooks for well over 10 years now, and I just finished my last one, and I bought a new one yesterday and thought it might be a good time to just share how I set this up. There's a bunch of videos out there on YouTube and other places on how to set them up, and to be honest, they're super involved. And while that may work for some people, I need something that's really simple, so I have a really simple way to set this up. So here is what I do every time I get a new Moleskine notebook. Here is how we're gonna set it up. The very first step with a new Moleskine is to label it. Here's what I mean by that. We're gonna see if it'll focus here. I always label the binding on my notebook. So it will have the month and the year through whenever I finish this, the month and the year. So that's the very first step. Label it on the bottom there. That is gonna be super helpful later. Here is the second step. So I'm gonna open this up. The second step is, it may seem obvious, it may not. Put your name and a reward on this. This thing is gonna contain a bunch of super important things for me. And so I'm gonna put my name and a reward to give somebody a little bit of motivation to return this thing to me if they find it. All right, the third step is to number the pages. So I number the pages, as you can see down here in the bottom right corner. I only number the odd pages. That's gonna make it really easy to find things later. This is super important. Okay, fourth step is index in the front. Okay, so I take the first 13 pages when I start a new Moleskine and I put an index in the front. And here's the way I do this. I do the first few pages as a sermon index, right? As I'm a pastor, a lot of what's contained in here are gonna be sermons. So I'll have sermon index, the title of the sermon, the date would go right here, and then the page number would go right here. And then you can see a few pages later, I've got a YouTube index where I will keep the title of either videos I'm working on or ideas that I have. And then a couple pages after that is just a general index. Here's why this is so helpful. When you start to fill this thing up, you'll have these moments where you're like, oh my gosh, I remember I took this note, where'd it go? You can go back to this index and find it. And I know the date that I did it. I know the page number that it's on. So that's the fourth step. You do an index in the front. The fifth step is I tape a calendar in the back. I'm a pastor, so I tape our sermon calendar in here. It's got the months, it's got the sermon title that we're gonna be working on, the scripture that we're gonna be working on. I'll turn it this way so you can see it a little bit better. It's got the sermon that we're gonna be working on, all of that. I'll tape that in there. What I think would be easy for you, or better for you maybe, would just be to tape a yearly calendar here that just has the dates and maybe the holidays listed. That becomes really, really helpful. So there you have it. First step, label it. Second step, put a name and reward at the beginning. Third step, number the odd pages, bottom right corner. Fourth step, index in the front with the title of your notes, the date you wrote them, and the page number. And the fifth step is just tape a calendar in the back. Hope that was helpful for you. If you want to see more how-tos, reviews, things like that, make sure you subscribe, give a thumbs up to the video, drop a comment. I'd love to hear how you guys set up your Moleskine notebooks. Maybe I can get some good ideas from you guys, and we will catch you in the next video.